Wolfrider, A Tale of Terror by Avi. Part 1. The kitchen phone rang 3 times before Andy picked it up. "Hello?" he said. A voice replied, "I just killed someone." "What?" "I just killed someone." "I don't understand," said Andy. "I have to tell—" "Who is this?" Andy demanded. "I killed Nina." "You killed Nina?" Andy echoed. From across the kitchen his friend Paul, who had just arrived, was staring at him. They were on their way to a party. The voice said, "What should I do?" It was a male voice, low, flat. Andy pulled a chair over to the table and sat down. He said into the phone, "I don't get it." "I killed her," the voice continued. "Now I don't know what to do." Andy could recognize no accent. Again he said, "Who is this?" "Zeke." "Zeke who?" "Zeke." Andy sat up very straight. "Is this some joke?" he demanded. "It's not very funny. Who is this?" "I don't know what to do," said the voice. "I loved her." From across the room Paul whispered, "What's going on?" Andy pointed to the paper and pencil that lay on the kitchen counter. When Paul didn't seem to understand, Andy snapped his fingers as well as pointed. Nodding, Paul slid paper and pencil to him. Into the phone Andy said, "But you did it." "Yeah," the voice returned. "I stabbed her." "Stabbed her," Andy said. It made him queasy to say the words. "When?" "Just now." "Why?" asked Andy. On the paper he wrote, "Guy killed someone. Go outside phone. Call cops. Trace call to 771-1416. I'll try to keep him on." He shoved the message at Paul. "I got angry at her," said Zeke. "Angry," Andy repeated, watching Paul read the note and wishing he would act. "I wanted to go out with her," Zeke continued, "but she didn't want to, so I killed her. What should I do?" Paul, finally grasping what Andy was telling him, mouthed the word "okay" and bolted out the front door. Andy sat back, determined to hang on until help came. The man who said he was Zeke could see the body in front of him. She was lying on the floor as though asleep. She no longer moved. She no longer made sounds. The bright yellow sweater she wore was blotched with blood, and there was blood on the floor. But her eyes remained open. To Zeke's eyes there was something peaceful about what he saw. Nina was no longer mocking him, no longer indifferent. Just the thought of that made him angry again. He was glad he had punished her, made her feel the way he felt when she ignored him, numb, cold. But he felt puzzled, as if he were seeing himself from a distance. It was important for him to explain to someone why he felt such anger when he punished Nina. "I'm not sure what I should do," Zeke said into the phone, his voice soft, persistent. Andy said, "Maybe if you talk to me, I'll get an idea." "Yes," Zeke agreed. "That would be good." Andy picked up his pencil. "Where are you now?" he asked. "Her house." Andy got ready to write it down. "Where's that?" There was a slight hesitation. "In town." "Anyone else there?" "Just her. And she's not really here, is she?" "How come you called me?" said Andy. "Needed to talk to someone. I just dialed her phone. You mind I called you?" Andy worked spit into his dry mouth. "No, sure. It's okay. Go ahead." "I was feeling lonely," said Zeke. "You ever get that way? Restless, jumpy, can't sit still? So I came to her house. It's a long walk. Too far. I kept thinking about her and what we were going to do." "She expecting you?" asked Andy. "No, I just came here." "What's her name?" "I told you. Nina." Andy wrote it down. "Nina what?" "Nina Clemmer." "She a friend?" "Sort of." "What happened when you got there?" "She has a car, a red Ford, an escort. I don't have a car. Wish I did. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. A car does good things for me. Lets me get away. It's so flat around here. Where I come from, you have hills, mountains. But here? You walk and you still don't get anywhere, ever. I said to her, 'Let's go dancing.' But she said, 'No, I don't want to.' She said she was going out with someone else. Didn't want anything to do with me. That made me mad. I'm a great dancer. I went into her kitchen and got a knife, and I killed her. Stabbed her." You killed her, Andy echoed, feeling sick again. When he swallowed it hurt. Should I bury her in the backyard? Zeke asked. Or should I go away and leave her? I don't know what to do. I'm mixed up. She's just lying here bleeding. No, not anymore. Just a pool of blood. Do you want to call the police? Asked Andy. No. Why? I'm scared. Wouldn't you be scared if you'd killed someone? Wouldn't you? I guess. They'd put me in jail, mess me up, do all sorts of things to me. Know what I mean? Tell me about Nina. She's very pretty. I mean, she was very pretty. She dressed fantastic, perfect, beautiful, but isn't pretty now. She was always pale. Now she's more pale. I'm sort of sorry. She had black hair. Dyed, I think. Dark eyes, red lipstick, bright fingernails. About 5'6" and thin. I can see her now. Really, if you had seen her, you'd agree. Beautiful. But you killed her. She used to make fun of me, ignore me. But when she saw me with the knife, she got frightened. Said she'd go out with me then. Begged me not to kill her. Started to cry. I mean, sobbing, coughing. Her face got ugly. But it was too late. I was angry. I had to punish her. On the phone line, Andy heard a series of clicks. What's that? Zeke asked. What? Said Andy. Those clicks. Andy was certain the clicks meant the police were tracing the call. Tell me more, he said. After a moment, Zeke said, Think I should leave her? No. How come? I think you better talk to me. You glad I called? Zeke asked. It's okay. You're good to talk to. What's your name? Pete, said Andy. Pete what? Pete Smith. Where does Nina live? I'm not sure. How come? Sometimes I don't remember things. Sometimes I even forget who I am. Think I'm someone else. Do you remember where you met her? She's a student. Where? At the college. The one in town? I guess. You a student? No way. And you're sorry you killed her. I never said that. I'm just mixed up about what to do. And besides, there was another series of clicks on the line. Then the phone went dead. Hello? Andy cried. Zeke, hello? Andy slowly hung up the phone and leaned forward to rest his head on the cool, white surface of the kitchen table. Jesus, he whispered, feeling nauseous. Oh, Jesus. The man who called himself Zeke looked at the phone for a long time. Then, with a sigh, he got up, walked from the room, and out of the house. Though his hands shook, Andy made himself start writing down everything Zeke had told him, concentrating so hard that when the doorbell chimes rang, he jumped. It was Paul. Andy let him in. What's happening? Paul demanded. Wait a minute, Andy said and hurried back to the table. Only when he was done did he fling the pencil down, exhausted. Paul watched him. Finally, he said, That for real? Andy shut his eyes. It sounded real. You get to a phone? Went to the main road, Paul began. You know, where the fire station is. Guys sitting around. When I told them it was an emergency, they said I could use their phone. Called the operator. Told her it was an emergency. But when I reached the cops and told them what you said, guess what? Paul, the cop laughed. Laughed? Said it was a gag. What about tracing the call? Said it was too hard to do that. Only easy on TV. Frustrated, Andy looked away. Hey, listen, Paul continued. Then the cop said, Don't worry, son, it's a full moon. Friday night and welfare checks just out. Forget it. Paul, the call. Know what I'm saying? Sucker didn't think he could, but you know, he'd try. Good thing you gave me your new number. Maybe they did trace it, said Andy. I heard some odd clicks. He went into the living room, which was crowded with still packed boxes. Pushing a lamp to one side, he sat heavily on the couch. You all right? Paul asked. Yes, Andy said, but he felt cold. Andy, what? What did the guy say? Andy told him. Hey, Paul said at last. No way. Can't be serious. Andy went to the phone and pushed the operator button. Police, please, he said. To Paul he said, I better talk to them. Madison Police, Officer Sinetto speaking. May I be of some assistance? My name is Andy. Andrew Zadinsky. We just moved from across town. I live with my father, Dr. Robert Zadinsky. He teaches at the college. Look, this guy just called me. Said he killed someone. I had my friend call so could trace him. Oh, right, sure. I took it. Did you trace him? Afraid not, son. It's not so easy to do. He hung up much too fast. Andy said, I wrote down everything he told me. I've got it here. Want to hear? Okay, if it's not too much, go ahead. After Andy repeated it all, the policeman said, That it? Yes, sir. Okay, son, he said. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. Sir, said Andy, when you learn for sure, would you let me know what happened? I'd like to know. My number is 771-1416. It's a new listing. No problem. Thanks for calling. Have a good night. Andy held on to the receiver. They'll call when they learn something, he said, as much to himself as to Paul. Hey, remember when we were kids? Said Paul. We'd call and ask stupid questions. A joke. That's all it was. Sounded real. Paul shrugged. We're going to the party. Andy hung up the phone. Let me put my head back on, he said. In the small bathroom next to his room, Andy ran cold water over his head and neck. As he dried his hair, he looked at himself in the mirror, staring into his own eyes for a long time. He was tall, a still growing 15. His face was long, his nose slightly bent from wrestling roughhouse when he was 8. His eyes were dark, and he had reddish-brown hair, which he kept neat. They'll take care of it, he said to himself. Paul called from the front room. Be right there! Andy returned. But first he stepped into his father's room, which was as cluttered with cartons as the rest of the apartment. The phone answering machine was set up by the bed. Wanting to be certain the police could leave word, Andy turned it on. By the time they reached the party, Andy felt better. It helped being met at the door by loud music, bright lights, and a crowd that spilled onto the front steps. People were glad to see them. Is Beth Ann going to be here? He asked Paul as they worked their way through the crowd. Didn't know you were interested in her. I need something, Andy said. In the pack kitchen they found cans of soda and a tub of ice. What's up? Paul asked a friend. Beer's out back, came the answer. Paul ducked out immediately. Andy felt a tap on his shoulder. It was Sally, a girl from his high school. Come on and dance, she said. There's no one good here. She pulled Andy into the room where the local garage band was sweating out songs. Over the din, Andy told Sally about the call. That was cool the way you kept him on, she said. It made him feel good. He tried to decide if he should be interested in her. It was almost 1, the time he was due home, when Andy returned to a dark apartment. He hoped his father hadn't fallen asleep. He wanted to be with him, to talk things out as they usually did. Quietly, he called into his father's room. No answer. He went in and noticed that the red light on the answering machine was glowing. Thinking that the police must have called, he quickly checked. There were 2 messages. One was from his Aunt Mary, his mother's sister, calling to say hello. The second was from his father explaining he would be home later than expected. Andy walked into the living room, flicking on lights as he entered. The empty but cluttered apartment made him feel uncomfortable. He heard thunder and, soon, a pattering rain. He listened intently, but something was missing. Then it came to him. In the house where they used to live, the rain beat down on the roof with a steady drum. In the apartment, all he heard was a hiss. It made Andy feel a long way from home. He wished his father would hurry. Later, lying in bed, Andy heard the voice of Zeke saying, I just killed someone, as if the phone were right next to his ear. He shuddered, but at last, with the lights still on, he drifted off to sleep.